Hey everybody, John Foss. I am very excited to be talking with Rick Rossovich. We're talking about Top Gun because today is Top Gun Day. So, Rick, let me ask you, how are you celebrating Top Gun Day today?
Well, I have my original costume on today, the Top Gun flight suit that I wore actually in the plane and flew with of course the real pilot in front of me. But that's how I celebrate on Top Gun Day every year. I just kind of get back into my old costume. I can even put on the Ray-Bans if I have to, if it really gets kind of too much, or if it's a little bit cold, then I go straight to the jacket. There it is.
Very cool.
So it's kind of fun to have those memories and actually to touch something that was actually part of the film because it's just so ethereal. This movie just kind of floats into space, but to have the real things that you actually wore in it, it's a nice remembrance for me.
How did Top Gun Day start?
I don't know, but I think it's been going on for like 6 or 8 years now. I don't know what the genesis of it was, but I think it's just a way to let people, because there's such a fan base for this movie. There's so many sites on Instagram and social media that people celebrate the movie they kind of apply it to their lives, and then they have pictures of this and that. And I've seen so many things come out of left field the last weeks even that pictures I never saw before. It's kind of fascinating to see what's out there.
When is the last time that you've watched the film?
I saw it this summer. I live in Sweden half the year, and it's funny. It's almost like, growing up as a kid, I remember Gone with the Wind would come on TV once a year or something like that, or Miracle on 34th Street. In Sweden, every year on the national network, which is controlled, it's the national TV station, they play Top Gun. And so I watched it this year, and it was kind of interesting to see it sitting in my house in Sweden. I really enjoyed it.
When you think back to it, are there any behind the scenes memories that stick out as like maybe some of your favorite memories behind the scenes that you could tell us about?
Well, I think it's just the idea that we were just rip roaring. We had such a good time. And we had a lot of time on our hands too, because all the days that Tom was shooting with Kelly or somebody, scenes we weren't in, we had a lot of free time too, just to kick around and have fun and get into trouble. And there was plenty of behind the scene things I can't go into, but we tore it up in San Diego. We had a good time down there.
When you guys were making the film, was this a big production? Was this something that people expected to be a huge film, or did you guys not even know what you were making at the time? Was it a surprise that it was such a big film and such a classic that would last this long?
Yeah. I think, in hindsight, it is a bit surprising with the lasting power the film has had 35 years now. But on the day making it, we were just, we were all just trying to get through those days and just give it the best performance we could, of course. And you don't put the horse before the cart, so to speak. You can't really say, well, this is going to, cement me. But, the movie was just such a worldwide hit. And you think back in that time frame, there was a lot of movies out that year that kind of could have, taken the crown, but we really held everybody off. And that's one of my proudest memories of the film, that it really kind of it kept everybody at bay that summer. Nobody could overtake us. And even, 35 years later, you see it still has such a lasting power, and people have such emotional connection to the film. And that's because the film had an emotional content to it. It had a real through line. It kind of touched a lot of bases, and it was just so visually beautiful. And the music drove it. And just to see our Navy up close like that, I don't think it had really been done before. So it had all these elements that really kind of, it just kept, building it like a pyramid to the very top. And I hope we can, I think we're going to see that actually happen again at Christmas time when Top Gun Maverick comes out, and Tom's new movie. It's going to be beautiful too.
Have you had a chance to see any preview, any early screenings, anything that they put together yet for Top Gun Maverick?
Top secret. No, I haven't seen anything, but I'm really.
Are you in the film, or do you have any part? Do you have any part of the film?
I might show up. I might make an appearance.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. So,
But but it's all about the new generation and going forward. But it's so nice that Paramount has kept the Blu-rays coming. They keep refining the process. This whole new technology we have to take this film from the 1985 time frame where they made movies. Everything was done kind of digitally, and everything was it was old school filmmaking. And now to take it and to keep refining it and making it available to new audiences. I'm so proud of Paramount, which is one of the greatest studios in the history of film. Wonderful that they've
there
done
were so
this.
many big names. There were so many big names in the film. Val Kilmer, yourself, Tom Cruise, of course. Did you have any idea that Tom Cruise, for example, was going to become such a big star?
Yeah, I had a sense that we had a sense that Tom was on his way. He was on the rocket ship already. I remember we all gathered at in his hotel room. We were staying at the Bahia Inn in San Diego, a beautiful little complex on the ocean there, and we all went to Tom's room, and he was on Entertainment Tonight, and we all sat on his bed, like half a dozen of us, and watched him being interviewed, and that was kind of a surreal moment. I knew Tom before because we made a film about 4 years earlier together, and so we knew each other, and but I knew he was on his way because he really he grew so much as an actor. He's done such incredible work over his career. Really talented.
What do your kids think of the film when they see it?
Yeah, it's interesting. The last time I wore this flight suit, actually that I'm wearing right now from the movie, I wore it to my daughter's high school graduation party in Stockholm, Sweden. She went to high school there, and they have a tradition. They have a tradition in Stockholm where you get a little feedback there. Sorry, where the parents, everyone dresses up for a party, and some of the boys that in the school wanted to wear Top Gun flight suits, so they went and they got costumes, and they didn't know it, but I showed up in my costume, and it was really a proud moment. So it's kind of fun to have those
That's
touchstone
awesome.
moments with your daughter. Yeah, fun time.
All right, well, I know you got to go, but last question: how much body oil did you guys need for that volleyball scene?
Yeah, I'm trying to think back about it because I think about the oil and I think about the sand, and I think about that must have
Yeah,
been a disaster on on the day. But boy, we had fun, and who cares? We were just a bunch of little boys in a sandbox, just playing our hearts out.
that's awesome. I love it. Rick, thank you so much. Twin Cities, make sure
Thank
you
you.
check out Top Gun on 4K Ultra HD Digital and 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. Today's Top Gun Day. Celebrate it. Watch Top Gun. Thank you so much, Rick.
Thanks
Appreciate
so
it.
much. Take care. Hey, hey.